FAMILIA is her best record to date.
The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So this is like a week and a half after, I don't know, not good with time. That we have, FAMILIA has dropped, and we saw Camila the day after, I take these off. We saw Camila the day after the album, no.
The day after we reacted.
Yeah, the day after we reacted to FAMILIA. And it was a success. We were not successful at vlogging.
Yeah.
But for now, we're just gonna do like a sit down and talk about the experience.
First of all. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jada, this is Timothy. We make videos on pop culture every week and put them out for your consumption. If you like this video, give it a like, hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, like we were saying, it's just gonna be a sit down, talk about our experience, and we're gonna dabble into the album a little bit and talk about our favorites. So
we got there fairly early. So with this event, we had no idea. Got there a little early. No, so I think that we got in the line by midnight?
It was by 1 o'clock in the morning.
By 1 o'clock in the morning, which quite frankly is not that early. When the event starts for 6.
Right, yeah, that's true.
It really wasn't. I personally thought that we were going to be a little bit late because I've done these types of events before for other artists, but I think with who it was and just kind of the day it was and stuff like that, we aimed for a really good time. So we were like 5th in line, and like I said, the event had started at 6 a.m., so we didn't have to wait that long in the line. We met a lot of fellow harmonizers, Camilizers, whatever y'all want to call yourselves. They were fun to talk to for the time being.
They really made the hours standing there a little less painful.
Right.
It was very funny. Yeah. I don't really remember anybody's names, but y'all know if you're watching.
I don't remember.
I feel bad, but whatever.
I followed one of the girls that I met when we actually entered the
oh, that's right, Instagram.
Yeah, which I literally cannot remember your name, but hi.
Now, I will say too, I don't mean to interrupt, but I will say too, if you're in the area or if you're coming to view the Today Show, just be aware that there are technically 3 separate lines, VIP, Fan Pass, and general admission.
Right.
Fan Pass is something that you actually have to like sign up for, and then you will get the email like saying whether or not you got the Fan Pass. VIP, I believe, is if you have like a Citibank attachment thing.
Right. Yeah. Which I have no idea. I don't know how to go about all that.
Yeah. So
because we don't even have Citibank cards.
We're not the ones to ask about that. But and then the GA is just if you're coming to the
area
concert.
and you just want to come.
Yeah, because it is free.
A free thing.
Yeah.
And we had the Fan Pass, which I might have mentioned in the album reaction.
And everybody that we were standing with at that point had the Fan Pass.
Yep. So we were let in as a priority, as the second line. They started to give us the wristbands and stuff and make sure that we were vaccinated, all that jazz.
By 5 o'clock in the morning, we were starting to get the show on the road.
Right.
And we were starting to move. Now,
oh my god, wait. So literally, no, because in the line before they actually started to give us the wristbands. Now, it's the Today Show, so you're part of the scheme. Yeah. They're trying to take our clips of us, telling us where we're from and making us cheater fake and all this random stuff. And I'm we're not being paid to be here, girl.
We're not even here for the Today Show.
That's what I mean. We're not even here for you, girl. I even got yelled at because I was laughing.
Oh my god, yeah.
In a clip.
There was 2 girls, if you're watching this at all, there was 2 girls that were saying that they were from Brazil, and every clip afterwards, they would laugh because it is all laugh. Yeah, it's funny. It was funny. It was an awkward scenario, and the guy literally kept cutting it, and he was like, "Camila is gonna see this, so let's not."
I don't care if she's gonna see it.
Yeah, she doesn't care that we're laughing. Yeah,
anyways.
That was annoying because the staff were.
The staff was very passive aggressive.
Yeah, that's
all of them, and they were
that girl.
Yeah, very passive aggressive. They weren't. It was all fake. After they checked everything, we did security. We got in, and
I'll put the clips. We were
because we were the 5th one in line in the Fan Pass line, so we were right freaking there, and we were so shaken. We were like, what the fuck?
Now, mind you, we were literally right at the stage. There was no type of barricade.
Lay on the stage. You'll see the clip.
There was no type of barricade or anything.
I feel like this was better than meeting her in in terms of the experience. It was more fun. She was literally singing right in front of us, performing these new songs. So, standing there anticipating, waiting for her to come out was insane. There wasn't that many people there, so it felt more intimate. It was more. It did
feel very intimate.
Yeah.
Especially because with these types of events, they will do a sound check or two first before the actual thing. In that sense, it does get very intimate because, you know, this is kind of, it's still before GA comes in, because the whole point of the fan pass is that you have access to the sound check and everything prior. So I believe that the sound check took place before GA even came in.
It took a while for everything because it's a television broadcast.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in it in real time.
And they take a million clips with the camera and they tell
Telling
you to cheer.
Shout and cheer. Yeah. So
and if you don't do it like the way that they want you to do it, they take 50,000 takes, which completely, like, I understand that it's television, whatever.
Right.
But like I said, at the same time, there's a way to kind of, it almost felt like you're a fucking, you're a caged animal in a sense.
We were like, oh, we're like cattle.
Like like a circus trick or some shit.
But I really, really I wanted to say how they worked this, because I've done this before for another artist and it was completely different. So they took the VIPs, put them somewhere, they put us with the fan pass, and then GA was pushed all the way back into a separate barricade, which is great because I think that that's how it should be. You should, you know, if you got something more special than like a fan pass or a VIP, you need to have priority.
And not only that, but you sat there basically all night.
Oh yeah, with the fan pass. So it's like, so just imagine it, you know.
So then she came out. She did Bam Bam, Psycho Freak, and
Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's it.
That was Bam Bam.
No, it's Bada Bam 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 Bada Bam Bam. It's Bam Bam. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I thought you knew that.
That was Bam Bam.
No. There'll be no, she doesn't say Bam. Yeah. So she sung Bam Bam, she sung Psycho Freak, and she did also Boys Don't Cry, which was awesome because obviously she had never done that live before. Psycho Freak was insane. I'm gonna put clips of that. Yeah, that's the song, right? That she touched her hand, or was it Bam Bam?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she came over and touched our hands, which was nuts because it's like I said, you know, she was right there. So yeah, the overall concert experience was 100% worth standing in the line for.
Oh, yeah. Even in the rain, it was starting to rain.
It was starting to rain. Everything was like soaked, but literally it was so fun. It was so intimate. It just felt like we were just in a room together, which was really cool. She did come down afterwards, after her whole entire set, to take pictures with people. Unfortunately, we didn't end up getting photos. I know in my circumstance, the barricade got pushed down, and so Camila backed up so that she wouldn't obviously get hurt. Yeah. And in turn moved away, and we never got our picture. However, with how close we were and everything,
it was so 100%. Like I wasn't even that angry. Like I mean, you know.
Yeah. For this album, and I think this is a good segue into us talking about the album. For this album, like you almost need a tour for this album. Like it's 100%. Got too many, like I said, songs that belong on a live set list that need to be.
Because her vocals were honestly at peak right now.
Oh my god, yeah. So... her vocals during the Today Show they were fucking disgusting. Like they were.
You need to display those on
the tour. Okay, let's start with the fact that maybe it didn't do as many sales.
Right. I mean, she did do an immense drop in sales. Yeah. But at the same time, you did an immense rise in your confidence in an album. The cohesiveness in an album. Yeah. You had, I mean, so it's
like her mental health in general, like health, you can completely see
the maturity, just like literally everything. Just to roll out the visuals. She had somebody else do her visuals.
Like, if you have a physical copy of the album, you can just very much see how much went
or 5.
Yeah. How much went into it. Oh, and I just realized we both did order the color variant of the Familia vinyl that has the different cover on it too. So that I'm really excited for because it's gonna be so pretty to just hold and see. It's that cover right there.
This will be the vinyl, and it's on like a really pretty like teal kind of matches the fur.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just literally just so stunning. Like I think this one is my favorite. This is like and it rolls out and it rolls out.
And if you just like look, like literally like
you just look.
No, but like you can really see how much like creative direction went into it as a whole. Like the limes on the back, like there's like the visuals that would come onto this, like on this tour, like in the background and everything, the way that it would be set up. I'm just thinking about like stage props and like everything else. Like she could really bring it to life, like the entire idea
like the world of
Familia, yeah. And family and just being inclusive and together. Like she could totally bring that to life. And I would hope that as much as I want it to be this year, even if it's not this year, I would hope that she does at some point take this album out and just, you know what I mean? I think this album just came out of like a really healing place for her. It was a very healing thing, as you can see. We have like favorites on the album that we would like to hear live. I know my top three would be No Doubt, Celia, and Psycho Freak. Those three, like, the album is on a constant repeat. It's in my album rotation right now. It's probably the only album in my rotation right now. But literally, Psycho Freak, Celia, and No Doubt are the ones that I, like, every time they come on, I'm like, I mean, the production on Psycho Freak is just completely insane.
I have not heard a song that is that unique in a long time.
That's the word for it, really.
Such an eerie, like,
it's
cool
eerie,
vibe.
It's cool, it's
fresh,
it's catchy, and all at the same time having such a good meaning to it, of just that entire state of like being somewhere and being completely out of your mind, disassociating and being anxious. Like that's real shit that people go through. So to hear it all wrapped up in a song that is just sonically so good and just so sound all around. It's just and
having Willow featured too was so smart.
Yeah, it was so smart, and it was so like she was just such a good choice for that darker tone of the song. Celia I really love because of the fact that it's just so melodically like pleasing to listen to. The fact that it's in a completely different language is also pretty cool too, because it allow, like, me personally, like I'm learning that song like in Spanish, and I don't even speak Spanish, so it's just it's a cool exposure to language that I don't even speak. And then No Doubt, I don't even need to say that song is so good, and I just need to hear it on tour. I'm not even gonna go any further. The production on that, the drums at the bridge, goodbye.
Yeah, my top three are definitely Boys Don't Cry, number one, Quiet, which they're my two faves are like right next to each other. And then Lola would be my third. With Boys Don't Cry, I was lucky enough to watch it live already, thankfully. So that was amazing. I think the lyrics in Boys Don't Cry are what I love the most. I think it's so good. And
that Trauma to Armor lyric.
That's the one.
That is the one.
With songs like this, like for example, the end of Future Nostalgia, I gotta think of the name. But like things like that type of meaning, they're very like can become corny very easily. Yeah. So you've got to do it right. And
I feel like it almost did it in Future Nostalgia. Like it was.
But that's what I was saying. That's why a lot of people hate. That's like the least favorite song on the album, that final track. Whereas with this, like absolutely not. Like I said, it's my favorite. I mean, it's just she did what she had to do. Yeah. And then Quiet, I just think sonically it's my fave. I love how like chill it sounds. I just love the song. Like, there's something. And then
it's just so nice to drive to and listen to.
Yeah, it's just so good. Like, I mean, that's what I love from Camila. Like, those two songs, Boys Don't Cry and Quiet. Like, I love that sound from her. And then Lola was such a surprise, I feel like. It's so, like, it's not that much different. Like, I feel like Psycho Freak is a lot more unique. But, like, the lyricism in Lola, too. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so good. Like,
the melodies, too.
And the maturity, too. Like, she's talking about such a, like, a different topic that nobody talks about. Like, somebody who... just like a mom or like a girl who grew up, became like a mom struggling, like wasn't able to live out like her full potential.
Yeah, and is struggling to find that potential. And I think too, it's a very well put together nod to the struggles that her mom had to face coming here. And there's so many families that deal with that same type of struggle. So I think to put that out there and just to let people know, like, hey, like, this is real. Like,
this is real shit
yeah,
I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sounds good as fuck when I say it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And again, the vocals on this record are just, they're this is the best she's ever sounded.
100%.
I mean, there's no argument about that. This is her best album in my eyes.
And my eyes,
yeah.
There are like obviously singular tracks on both the debut and Romance that like are so good that I love to this day. But looking at this as a singular body of work, Familia is her best record to date.
I feel like this is the best representation of her that
100%.
we've
Like
seen.
what we were saying before in I don't remember what video, but we were kind of saying with Romance how she was trying to make a very just pop girl record. And she's always had that Latin influence vibe, but I think she never understood how to really utilize it, how to hone in. And if that's what you want to do, like hone in on it.
Because I feel like we didn't know what this was going to look like. Yeah.
Well, right, but I don't think she was doing it properly. I mean, of course, like she did. I mean, Havana was like it's like Diamond or something. I don't know. Like she's done things right, like of course, but like I'm just saying in terms of like success doesn't equal necessarily it being right or doing it properly in a weird way. Do you know what I mean? Like just I mean, if that makes any sense.
Success is an equal quality of what you're trying to
not necessarily right.
But these were our thoughts on Familia as an album, as a project, as a body of work and complete art. And our story time on seeing Camila and seeing some of these songs played live and stuff like that. So if you guys like this video and you want to see more like this, hit subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. If there's anything that you guys want us to react to or talk about, we will do so. And we are going to get out of here. We will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye.
What did she say? What did he say? You don't listen 'cause you know everything.